Earlier this year, tens of thousands of people showed up on the streets of Russia supporting the jailed opposition leader Alexei Navalny. The police responded with force, brutally stamping out dissent. Among the thousands arrested were members of the feminist punk activist group Pussy Riot. Months later, some of those members are still waiting for their sentencing or have been forced into exile. Nadya Tolokonnikova is one of the founders of Pussy Riot. We caught up with her in an undisclosed location to see how she's carrying on with her dissent.
Давай одну руку попробуй вот так вот как-то сделать. Посмотрим, как это... Ну да, чтобы это было видно.
Это был носок. Чувак, это был носок.
В России. Так не видно, правда, креста. Давай немножко меньше боком. Угу. Так, да, супер.
Крест всему голова, господа.
Угу. Ой, так красиво, как стоит так. Эти были тоже ровные, четкие.
So what's the ultimate goal? What are you trying to look for here?
We're trying to make a poster for President of Russia of 2036. And I'm going to be the next president after Vladimir Putin. So what I'm doing with my art, I'm thinking about the future. This idea about running for president 2036 is just another attempt to just open up our imagination a little bit. For now, I'm not able to run for president because I'm a convicted criminal, and even though I already served my time in prison, I'm still not allowed to take part in any elections.
Back in 2012, Nadya and her little-known group Pussy Riot staged an anti-Putin flash mob. Soon after, they were charged with hooliganism. Nadya was sentenced to 2 years in prison, but the case lifted Pussy Riot's profile. Less than 2 months after Nadya's release, they put out the song Putin Will Teach You How to Love.
When we started Pussy Riot, we were considered a bunch of freaks. It was just me and my friend Kat who stole some masks from a supermarket because we didn't have money at all. And my friend Kat, she used to have a cat, and my friend Kat, she used to have a cat, and the cat would always pee on these masks. And when we go to action, when we go to make a performance, they smelled really bad. And it wasn't sexy.
It must have also got really hot, so hot piss in your mask.
Well, it did not look like something that is going to succeed, okay? It didn't smell like something that's going to succeed. So we started as a joke and we ended up as a global movement.
But as Nadya knows all too well, leading a movement can make you a target. In August of 2020, Nadya's friend, opposition leader Alexei Navalny, was poisoned, seemingly by Russian agents. Since returning to Russia in January this year, he's been languishing in prison. So earlier this year, tens of thousands of people came out into the streets of Russia to protest the arrest of opposition leader Alexei Navalny. How different did that dissent feel to you from what you'd seen previously play out in Russia?
This time it was pretty different. We had people from very different economic backgrounds. It involved people from my hometown, which is a tiny industrial city in the very north of Russia, and has its own oppositional movement right now. The social base of the protest was much wider, and that gives hope to me. But again, I have no idea what's going to happen in the future because Putin is really powerful.
Putin has seen Navalny's increased popularity as potential for greater unrest. The authorities have responded with a blanket crackdown on dissent. Navalny's political movement has been declared an extremist group, making it almost impossible to function. What is left of political dissent and opposition within Russia?
I feel like Navalny's figure is really important here because Navalny shows that sense of humor and also courage is too many instruments to fight Putin's regime and any autocrat regime.
Even since his poisoning, Navalny's team have continued posting on social media to criticize Putin and mock corruption in his government.
Any modern autocracy is based mostly on self-censorship. Every single one of us can be our own media outlet, and they can try to silence one of us, but they cannot silence every one of us. And that's where Navalny's power is.
With parliamentary elections coming up in September, Putin's taking no chances. Nadya's colleagues and friends, themselves now a symbol of opposition, are being targeted more than ever. They've been closely watched, several have been arrested, and others have fled the country.
2 members of Pussy Riot are facing jail time right now. They're under house arrest. And whenever I'm in Russia, they just arrest me whenever they feel like, just because you're a member of Pussy Riot.
Is it ever disheartening to you that, the thing that you were back then, back in 2012 when you were arrested, rallying against, and the person that you were rallying against is still very much in power, is stronger than ever?
It sucks, but he would be even stronger if he didn't do what we did.
You really believe that?
Yes, absolutely. I have to have hope. This is my job. This is my job as an activist and a political artist. So, of course I have hope.
For Nadya, the frustrations of protesting an increasingly harsh authoritarian regime are outweighed by her belief that change really is possible. Even though Putin has changed the law so he can be in power until 2036, Nadya is hopeful for a future where the face of Russian leadership isn't as certain as it seems today. It's so clear what happens to opposition leaders. We've seen that with Navalny. I mean, why would anyone want to run for president?
Because we want to answer this question, if not Putin, then who? It's one of the most asked questions in Russia.
Mm-hmm. You want people to think about a Russia beyond Putin.
By just proclaiming if it's a joke or not, but them saying that I can be president and I can actually go against Putin and maybe I can be better than Putin. I'm opening up people's minds and maybe someone will be like for real. Maybe I can be the next president.